All right, good morning, Odd Shopper family. Appreciate you hanging with us here on this Tuesday, July 5th. A lot of action on the diamond. I know it's a full slate of baseball, so when we target the no-run or yes-run first-inning plays, we'll go a little bit later in the day, give you some time to see how these things play out from both spread and money coming in. Odd Shopper is a great tool for their first-inning money line, just to kind of give us an indication of how wide a gap may be. So hit the thumbs up button. I'm Eytan. Thanks for hanging. And make sure you're subscribed here to the Odd Shopper channel as well. So let's go over to BetMGM, and we're going to build our first ticket here in this Guardians-Tigers game. That's going to be the first play here. So let's all go down to innings and make sure that we can get no on will there be a run in the first inning. So it's minus 110. And as always, we give you the play and then kind of explain how we get there. So looking at Detroit itself, they give up really a lot, 0.64 runs per first inning to visiting opponents. That's fourth worst overall in baseball. Now, Detroit, they're also starting Drew Hutchinson. He enters tonight's game with an ERA of 4.81. He also hasn't won a game this year. So all Cleveland needs to do is essentially just show up, and you're going to have some pretty good scoring opportunities, some good quality chances to score in the first inning tonight. Cleveland on the road averages 0.50 runs per first inning. So definitely able to maneuver and score consistently, at least with a half run. That's pretty key here. They're top 10, Cleveland, also in baseball in holding opponents scoreless at home. So they only give up 0.49 runs per first inning in Cleveland. Cal Quantrill is getting the nod here for the Guardians. Got a far better matchup, if you will, than Drew Hutchinson. So overall, we go no run first inning here. As good as Detroit is as far as allowing teams to score here, Drew Hutchinson isn't going to get pounded by a Cleveland team that really doesn't take advantage. All right. And we mentioned all they have to do, right? Show up. Getting a half run per first inning on the road doesn't give you a ton of confidence that they can just slide in here and slam Drew Hutchinson, which is essentially what we're asking them to do. So let's go over to Odd Shopper, make sure we hit that first inning money line play more so than anything else. And I'm just seeing how wide the gap is in this game. And as I mentioned, look, Detroit, fourth worst in baseball. They give up runs in the first inning like it's their job. And they have a pitcher who hasn't even had a win this year with an ERA just below 5. And yet, look, this is not a gigantic, super wide gap between the two teams. So just looking at where Cleveland is a minus 135, as you would expect them to be a favorite to win the first inning on the money line, it's not minus 150 to plus 120, as we've seen some pretty wide gaps before. So that's a nice little indicator to think that, all right, we're at least on the right track here, playing this as a no-run first inning on BetMGM. Speaking of which, we have this promo. It's still here. It's still for you. I don't know why you haven't taken advantage of this promo. All you need to do is sign up. You can click the link below, or on BetMGM, use our promo code OSNRFI, no run first inning, right? That's simple, that easy. And then when you sign up at BetMGM, deposit at least $10 and take that 10, bet on any MLB game. Doesn't matter, any baseball game, win or lose, $200 right back into your account. Hard to beat something like that, especially when a no-brainer offer like this, where we're just putting money into your account courtesy of BetMGM here. So again, $200. All you need to do is just sign up, deposit that 10, and then bang, win or lose, you're in some pretty good shape here. All right, let's go back to BetMGM because we want our second play. As always, we'll recap what we did ahead of time, and that was a no-run first inning for the Guardians Tigers. So let's go over here to this Red Sox game. This is where I'm really interested in targeting the Boston Red Sox at home against the Tampa Bay Rays. So we'll go over to our innings tab and make sure that we highlight the right play. There it is, minus 120. You see, yes, there will be a run in the first inning. So looking at this, Fenway is just not really hitter-friendly for Boston. They average just 0.35 runs per first inning at home. That's one of the worst numbers you'll find across baseball. They've also failed to register a first inning run over their last 3 games. So they'll host a Tampa team that comes in here with a little pop in the first, averaging 0.58 runs per first inning on the road. Jeffrey Springs gets the nod for the Tampa Bay Rays. He's cruising, as is the counterpart here, Nick Pivetta for Boston. But Springs with an ERA of just 2.25 on the year. Now Pivetta 8-5 on the season with a 3.23 ERA. Both of these guys have a really strong shot of coming out and keeping a clean sheet in the first, as we've seen with both of these guys really consistently in the year, especially with Springs on the road and now Pivetta home taking advantage of that. Boston giving up more than they score. That's why we don't go the clean sheet here, and we play that yes minus 120. Springs, Pivetta aside, you have to look at it this way. Boston giving up more than they score with just 0.43 runs per first inning to visiting opponents. That's more than they give up. Well, pardon me, they score at 0.35 runs per first inning. So that's our pathway to a first inning score at that minus 120, is knowing that really the Boston Red Sox, as much as they've struggled to score consistently at home, they give up more. And it may be a low number on the surface if you're just looking up what they give up to opponents. Okay, well, it's under the 0.5. I get that. But they're still underwater when you look at the comparison. And that's gigantic, I think, more so than anything else. All right, let's hit our last game here because I want to go back to the main page and go to this Giants Diamondbacks game. We're going to go to Arizona for our final game here, and we'll give you the play as always. So we'll give you the tab here on the innings, and it's yes minus 115 in Arizona. This has everything to do about the pitching matchup. It's really that simple. Sometimes we like to add a bunch of different metrics, key things here. This is simple. It's all about the pitching matchup. Alex Wood and Tyler Gilbert, both are struggling this year, and that's probably putting it nicely. Alex Wood with the low ERA between the two with 5.03 his number. Gilbert comes off back-to-back starts. He was just absolutely hammered. He's now in ERA of 7.88. Vulnerable, I think, is putting it nicely against the San Francisco Giants lineup. So where can we find a little more to push this now on there being a yes run first inning? Besides, of course, these two pitchers just having awful ERAs as a whole. How about this? Arizona already gives up 0.6 runs per first inning at home. So we've added a guy in Tyler Gilbert who is just begging San Francisco to hit the ball. Already with a season-long trend of giving up 0.6 runs per first inning at home. That's not good. This is a terrible combination for Arizona in the first inning against an aggressive San Fran team that doesn't need to put up a ton on the road. It's just a matter of opportunity here. And even if you're the worst scoring team in baseball when it comes to runs per first inning on the road, which San Francisco is not, mind you, you're still in good shape here because of what you're getting with both Arizona and Tyler Gilbert on the mound. This is awful. Now, as far as Wood is concerned, despite going 5 2/3 in his last start, he's had 2 rough ones back-to-back as well. So it hasn't been easy for Alex Wood, hence the ERA above 5. So the Diamondbacks coming off a 2-run first inning. They're averaging 0.67 runs per first inning over their last 3 games. This is a sneaky little spot here to target the yes run first inning in this game. Even though we're laying that minus 115, I get it. It's a really good spot here just because of how bad Arizona has been consistently. So let's go to Odd Chopper before we get out and see minus 135, 105. That's similar to what we had with our first game overall with that Guardians-Tigers game, 135, 105. And again, that's where we targeted the no-run first inning. The more narrow of the gap, the less width here, the more attackable these plays are. So let's run our bet slip back here so you can see it. No, there will not be a run in the first inning when it comes to the Guardians-Tigers. Yes, there will be a run in the first inning with the Rays-Red Sox. And yes, there will be a run in the first inning with the Giants and D-backs. Pretty confident about that one. Also, how about free money for you? Click the link below. Use our promo code OSNRFI. Either way, it's going to bring you to the same spot. When you sign up at BetMGM, make sure you deposit at least $10. Bet that 10 on any MLB game, win or lose, $200 right into your account. No-brainer offer. Enjoy the free money. I'm Eytan Shander. We'll see you tomorrow. Enjoy the games as well, and have a great rest of the day.